Hi and welcome to Kodesh TV. This is the first video of introduction to Git. So without further ado, let's get straight to the point. I'm having my a slide here, introduction to Git. If you are asked what is Git, what Git is all about. Git is a version control system. What does this mean is that it is a program, a computer program that you used in keeping track of your source code as a software developer in a way that you can always go back or forward to a different version of your code so that it will makes you to, if you made a mistake while you're coding, you can easily undo your mistake, or you go back to a version of that code. Then you can now do whatever you want to do, then you move forward. So it's, in a nutshell, it makes you keep tracks of your codes, all the changes you make as you are coding. That is the function of Git. That's why we call it version control system. Before we start using Git on our command line interface, things that you need to know about Git is this. You need to understand what we call a working directory. The W stands for working, the D stands for directory. Working directory, it means a working folder, the folder in which you are working on, the folder in which your source code, it is in it. It is called the working directory. You need to stage all the folder in that working directory into what we call a staging area. Staging area, it is a terminology in Git, and this tells you that you are about to initialize your files for Git to recognize them. And when you do that, the command to stage our files, I'm going to show you after the introduction. Then there's a command you need to do here that will move your files in your working directory to what staging area. Now this staging area is calling Git program that, all right, this folder, the files in it, I want it to be a version control, to be in version control. So after that, the next thing you need to do, all the files, once they are in what staging area, you need to commit them. You need to commit them to another location that we call local repository. What is repository? Repository, it is like a store where you keep something. So you are moving it from this working directory, staging it and moving it to a local repository. It is a store in a Git program where all your file that you want to to apply version control on will be stored, but it's going to remain in your local machine. That is your local computer system. Then the next thing you need to do is you need to push it from your local system to a remote repository. A remote repository, it is a cloud space where you store your version control source code, which you are going to have access to it irrespective of whichever computer system you use. And one of the platform that use Git in the cloud, it is GitHub. It is what? GitHub. So for you to use GitHub, you need to create an account for it. As I told you that my video is not going to be long. It's going to be short and concise, simplified. So digest this and stay tuned for the next video, which I'm going to explain or start using Git command. I believe you understand this. Please do like and subscribe to this channel so that you receive a notification once I drop a new video. Have a wonderful time.